India's Sanchar Saathi app is back in news, but not because of an update or a new safety feature. The government now wants the app pre-installed on every new smartphone sold in the country, and users will not be able to remove it. For millions of people buying a phone after March 2026, this will be the first government application they see during setup. On November 28, the Department of Telecommunications issued a set of directions to phone manufacturers and importers. All new devices must ship with the app built in, visible during initial setup, fully functional from the moment the phone is switched on, and impossible to disable. The order also asks brands to push the app through software updates to devices already in the sales pipeline. The move has triggered political criticism, industry unease, and a wider debate over what counts as telecom security and where user control begins. So, what exactly is the Sanchar Saathi app? Launched first as a portal and then later as an app, it connects directly to CEIR, the Central Equipment Identity Register, which is government's database of legitimate IMEI numbers. Once installed, it let users check if a phone is genuine, block stolen devices so they cannot be used on Indian networks, report suspicious calls, and see how many mobile connections are issued in their name. It also offers verified contact details of banks and financial institutions. Since its launch in January, the app has crossed 5 million downloads, and the government says it has helped recover more than 7 lakh lost phones and block over 37 lakh stolen or illegal devices, while also helping terminate around 3 crore fraudulent mobile connections. What does the new government order say? The new mandate expands Sanchar Saathi's role. The DOT argues that compulsory installation is necessary to fight cybercrime, detect cloned IMEIs, and prevent scammers from using black market phones. Manufacturers have 90 days to begin compliance and 120 days to file reports confirming implementation. But the mandate has drawn strong criticism in parliament and online. Opposition leaders have described the move as unconstitutional and intrusive, alleging that compulsory non removable government software could be misused. The government says the concerns are misplaced and insists that app does not collect personal data. But digital rights group point out that any pre-installed system app carries elevated permissions by default. They warn that the future updates could expand what the app can access, even if today its functions are limited to telecom security. The broader concern is that India is gradually shifting to a model where user consent becomes secondary to the state-defined digital safety. So how did Apple and other smartphone makers react? Industry reaction has been cautious. Chinese and Korean smartphone makers usually follow regulatory instructions quickly, but they are worried about the precedent this sets. A mandatory app at the system level complicates device design and raises questions about performance, permissions, and long term maintenance. Some companies say privately that this could open the door to more compulsory apps in the future. Apple faces an even more difficult situation. The company has strict internal rules that prohibit any government or third party app from being pre installed on an iPhone before sale. It has also previously resisted similar demands, including a clash with India's telecom regulator over a spam reporting app. Analysts expect Apple to negotiate for an alternative, such as prompting users to download Sanchar Saathi during setup. This comes at a time when the company is already entangled in a major antitrust case in India, which complicates its room for resistance. The government of India says all of this must be seen in the wider context of rising digital fraud and IMEI based crimes. It says the mandate is part of a broader effort to secure the telecom ecosystem, which also includes steps like aggressive action on fraudulent SIMs and tighter identity verification. But what is the wider context missing? Critics point out that the order was issued quietly without public consultation, and it arrives alongside other assertive digital measures such as mandatory SIM binding for messaging apps and periodic logout of web sessions. For them, the shift from an optional user friendly service to a compulsory and undeletable system component marks a turning point in how India governs phones and networks. Sanchar Saathi began as a way to protect users from fraud and help them recover stolen devices. The new mandate raises a larger question that goes beyond one app. How much control should a government have over the software running on personal devices? And how much choice should users retain? India's answer in the coming months will shape the balance between digital security, user autonomy, and state power in the world's second largest smartphone market. Thank you for watching. For more such videos, subscribe to The Hindu.